everybody. Welcome to Unit 1, Week 8. And today we will study breadwinners and ASEAN exports.
So first question, can you tell all ASEAN countries?
So all the countries that are in Southeast Asia have formed a trading bloc, and they are part of the ASEAN. So do you know which these countries are? Okay, so think about it, pause the video, think about it, try to write down as many names as you can, and then you can check the answers with what we give you.
Vietnam, Thailand,
We got Singapore, Philippines, Myanmar, and Malaysia, Laos, Indonesia, Cambodia, and the last one is Brunei. Okay, so all these countries in Southeast Asia are part of the ASEAN group.
Okay, so what Thai products are famous in other countries?
So think about what is made in Thailand and what do people buy that is very famous from Thailand. So the purpose for today, we will learn about Breadwinner and ASEAN exports to be able to tell in brief the relationship of the ASEAN group and specify and describe local cultural influences on creation of personal works of visual art together with explaining the present social, economic, and political situation of neighboring countries.
Vocabulary. The first one, export. Export. So it's what Thailand sends to another country.
So the second is import, which is the opposite of export. So which products does Thailand ship into the country? So now we know that the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines are being imported from the US into Thailand.
The next one, domestic. Domestic, it's all what's inside the Thailand. So if you say, I have a domestic flight, so it means it's inside the country.
Our next word is cooperation. Cooperation. So when you take help from all your friends and your neighbors and you do something together, you are all cooperating. Okay? So the ASEAN is a cooperation of countries.
Second last, uniqueness. Uniqueness. It's from the word unique. So it's something that is only in Thailand. Something that you can see only in one country that you only see once.
Next is trade. So if you buy or sell something and you pay money for it, or sometimes if I give you something and you give me something in return, that is called a trade. Okay, so a transaction, a business deal, all are part of trade.
So what is currency?
So the cash notes that you see, every country has a different cash note, and that is called its local currency. So Thailand has the baht, India has the rupee, USA, Singapore have the US dollar and the Singapore dollar. So the currency or the cash of every country is called its currency.
So a little video to explain what this currency means. So open your notebook and write everything what you learn about it.
Yogo Times. Una and Arthurius in Money Around the World.
Whoa! I've never seen a coin like this one before, Una.
Wow! This coin is a type of currency from Canada, a country on planet Earth. Currency is the paper and coins that get used for money.
From Earth? That's amazing! I wonder wonder if they have different types of currency
They
there.
sure do. Actually, since the countries on Earth are so diverse, most countries have their own type of currency. There are currently 180 currencies circulating across the world. From pesos in Mexico to rubles in Russia, there are a lot to learn about. The number one most traded currency is the American dollar, which is used in many countries, including those in North America, Central America, and the Caribbean.
Wow, that's a lot of countries using the American dollar. Do other countries share the same type of currency too?
Well, in Europe, the main universal currency is the euro. The euro is used in countries like Austria, Estonia, and Finland. But countries in Asia use their own type of currency. Japan uses the yen, while China uses the yuan, and Vietnam uses the dong. Then, we have countries in Africa that use the African franc.
There are so many types of currency to remember. How can we keep track of them all?
That's a good question. Luckily, each nation keeps track of their currency's value so that they can trade them between countries.
Cool. I think I'm going to save my Canadian dollar to use when I visit Earth.
Good idea! I hope you save it for something good. Go, me!
So welcome back. So the next question obviously is, why do we need currency? Okay, and when do you need to exchange money? So think about it, like if you did not have money, like either credit card or either your debit card or cash money or coins, would you ever be able to buy or sell anything? Okay, and also when you go to a foreign country, they have a different currency, so that is when you need to exchange money. Okay.
Little game. Guess which country is the currency. Very easy. You can see the country on the note.
So if you cannot guess, if the name of the country is not written, you can try to look at the text or the pictures of a famous person from that country on that note. So here, I think this is Ho Chi Minh. So think which currency this is, or which country it belongs to. Okay, here we have one more country. And this one too. Think about where you have seen which country do they wear these caps.
Dollars.
Dollars. Which dollar? Think which country the dollars are from.
Yeah, even the country on the bill. Ringgit.
Okay.
So here is an example from the currency website.
And here what you see is that this is a currency exchange. So if you exchange 100 baht, how many Brunei dollars can you get? Okay, so the answer, you get 4.47 Brunei dollars for every 100 baht that you exchange.
You feel very rich. You have many thousands of dollars in changing in baht. So here a video about transit system.
So think of this as when you order something from Lazada, and if your delivery is coming from Malaysia or Brunei, so then it goes through a lot of transit, and so this video will talk about that.
ASEAN, a big, expanding market. ASEAN and the European Union share common objectives of economic integration and free trade. The ASEAN Economic Community is a reality, driving towards a single market and production base, becoming a highly competitive region, fully integrated into the global economy. ASEAN acts as a focus for the free movement of goods, services, and investments. Together, the 10 member states generate $2.4 trillion in 2015, making ASEAN the 7th biggest economy in the world. With the highest potential growth in the world, ASEAN is set to be the world's 4th largest economy by 2050. The ASEAN Custom Transit System, or ACTS, creates a trade facilitation platform for the free movement of goods in the region. Developed jointly by ASEAN and the European Union, ACTS removes the need for multiple customs declarations at borders. ACTS requires only one electronic declaration, one guarantee, and one truck for the entire journey. Faster, reliable on-time deliveries, and lower transport costs. Backed by state-of-the-art tracking and monitoring capabilities, ACTS ensures safety and security.
So why ASEAN? So ASEAN exists to provide increased to cooperate and sharing among its members in everything a country or nation needs. This means
we got economy, politics, military, education, and culture. Okay? So ASEAN really is a group of countries, and they cooperate mostly in trade, but they also help each other with their economies, the politics, the military structure, and many other things.
imagine yourself, do you feel better to work alone or with other friends? So being together, united, makes the country stronger.
So the next question is, what is ASEAN Free Trade Area? Okay. So as I told you, it's a group of countries, and what they allow is for free trade of goods and products. Okay. So now let's just say if you buy something from the United Kingdom, from Britain, when it arrives in Thailand, sometimes you don't get the package directly. You have to pay customs, or you have to pay tariff or tax on it. But in the ASEAN, you can buy and sell freely without paying tax, and that helps everybody.
So what is ASEAN Free Trade Area? With ASEAN, instead of selling its goods to only 69 million people at home, Thailand can now sell its goods without extra cost to over 650 million people.
So everyone in the ASEAN, all the countries can trade with each other, and just the market opens up. Now, instead of 70 million is the population of Thailand, and the population of the entire ASEAN bloc is 650 million. So that's a big market.
So why do ASEAN countries like to trade?
So what helps is, if you buy, the more you buy and sell, the more it helps your economy because it creates jobs. And basically, the ASEAN countries like to trade because there is no tariff or no tax. And that helps free flow of products from one country to another. Okay? So just make a note of the vocabulary here for import, export, domestic, and one more word, international as well. Okay? Try to find the meaning of that.
So products of different countries in ASEAN. We spoke before about uniqueness. So what is the uniqueness of products within ASEAN that you can see from packaging?
So if you remember last chapter we did about product packaging, so this talks about that, and different countries have different culture, different tastes, different appreciation of color, so you can see a lot of uniqueness in the packaging as well. So here we have a list. So as we all know, Singapore and Malaysia are very well known for manufacturing electronics and also machinery. Medical products, number one is Singapore. A lot of COVID medicines, the base is Singapore right now. And Thailand manufactures, or rather assembles, automobiles. electronics as well. One of Nikon's camera factories is in Thailand, and yes, Thailand is very famous for manufacturing clothes. Okay, so moving on, as we all know, Thailand is very famous for manufacturing energy drinks. Red Bull is the most famous one, and Red Bull is sold all over internationally. But CRPAO is an energy drink that is very local and is sold all over ASEAN. It's very famous in the ASEAN countries.
So the mind mapping, what products in ASEAN.
So think about all the ASEAN stuff, all the products that are manufactured. You can write either just the general stuff, or you can write the name of the brand as well. So you can write CRPAO, you can write Red Bull, you can write Milo, or you can write clothes, electronics. It's all up to you. But try to list at least 5 ASEAN products that are manufactured. Okay? And then you go to the benefits of exporting products to ASEAN. So think about the reduced tariff, think about the transit system, think about the ease of doing business, think about 650 million people. So all those are benefits of exporting products to ASEAN.
And why should sailor export products to ASEAN? So we said this before already. So right answer, why it's good to be together, to united, to export to each other. And then the uniqueness of ASEAN packaging. What do you think? What is unique? What is only made from ASEAN packaging?
So again, think about the color combination, think about the health benefits, think about just how products are sold in general in Thailand. When you go to the night market, how is the packaging done? Okay. So think about all of those and tell us the uniqueness.
So what have you learned from this lesson? And write on your notebook every vocabulary in English and in Thai.
And also do the exercise with the ASEAN countries. Okay, you have to write the names of all the ASEAN countries. And when you do the mind mapping, on the outside, the boundary, you can write down the names of all the ASEAN countries and draw their flags. Okay, so in the middle, do the mind map. On the outside, do the flags and color the flags as well.
Okay, see you for the next lesson.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.